Hello everybody, Cal Banyan here, Cal Banyan's Hypnosis, etc. I'm back with Brenda Titus, and she's got a question that came in today. How do you work with clients who are not there because they want to be there, that have got a change that they don't really want to make, but they have to make? At least that's the question, and that's what we're going to deal with. Let me introduce you to Brenda. Brenda is, the other half of this show. Whenever she's on the show, she puts together the questions. She comes up with the concepts. Yeah, I come up with a couple ideas here and there, but she's got that pressure, and she comes through like a professional every time. Why? Because she cares about you, she cares about the profession, and that's why she does so much of what she does. She's seeing clients like crazy, but makes the time to do this show with us, with you and me, and she also helps in classes. She comes in, does a little bit of talking, and then, but the most important thing is she makes time to work in the practice sessions to make sure people are doing right, and in her own special way, to make them feel good about what they're doing right and help them to make the changes that they're not doing in a very gentle way. Because I'm not so gentle. I'm more like, from last episode, I'm more like the drill instructor. She's got a bachelor's degree in sociology and MA in criminology. She worked at the Rape and Crisis Intervention Center, and gosh, she's a true believer, a five-pather, went through the course, went from classroom to clients like that. How you doing, Brenda?
I'm doing great, Cal. Thank you so much for having me. And it is true, when you said in class, it's like, oh, you got to listen to everything that Cal has to say, because he will be right there to drill you, ask you questions, and that actually is because he knows his stuff. So, I mean, that is the great thing, is that Cal really is among the best of the best, and he trains the best of the best in the profession as well. He really, teaches us, especially with 5-Path, but also, the general certification as well. But then, actually, 5-Path hypnotherapy really, truly is hypnosis that works. I see it every day with my clients. Even days that I stop and I say, ooh, maybe not 5-Path with this person, and I say, no, do it. You know what you're doing. And every time, it just amazing, just incredible results that I always see with my clients. So I'm very thrilled to be here, part of the Banyan Hypnosis Center, working with the secret language of feelings, working with 5-Path hypnotherapy as well as 7-Path self-hypnosis. And I'm just thrilled to be here as one of Cal's students and colleagues at this point, to be able to share some information with you. So should I go ahead and start with that question, Cal?
Hey, as you're talking about that, I'm thinking about, I want to throw a little wrench in the works here, because that's just what I do, and I want to talk a little bit about your contribution to our hypnospace. And you have a group for board certification, is that right?
I do, and thank you so much, because I keep thinking, oh, I want to talk about that, so that actually would be a great opportunity to share about that. So well, on our Hypnospace, I am one of the group moderators for the Hypnosis Lounge, where we go and we talk about just fun, interesting things. I try to come up with an interesting topic every week, things that are just going on in my brain, to kind of have some social interaction. But then I also have a group that I really only intend to be running for 6 months, or for the next 6 months, which is the Board Certification Accountability Group. And this was my brainchild on January 1st, as I was thinking about the coming year, thinking about the intentions that I have set for myself. And I am planning to sit for my board certification test at the convention this coming summer. And I know actually I keep myself pretty accountable, but sometimes things can get in the way, and it's hard for me always to accomplish my goals, or next week. And so I thought, one of the neat things that would be to get out there and go online and post my weekly goals about growth, and my weekly goals about, study or training or ongoing, like I said, growth, just to prepare for this step in my career. And so I thought, well, why don't I go and develop a group there on our Hypnospace, post my goals and encourage other people to post their goals as well. So I've been good. I've been posting every week. This is what I plan to do. This is what I did. This is where I fell short or accomplished my goals. And so it actually has been a really neat thing. And I always kind of end with, and so what are your goals for the week? And so I really want to encourage people, if you want to go and sit for your board certification this summer at the National Guild of Hypnotists Convention, celebrating the 65th anniversary of the NGH, what a great year, class of 2015. Come and join me on our Hypnospace. Join the accountability group, because here's the key. At the moment, I'm just kind of putting it out there, but I really want to encourage other people to share, you know, hey, this is what I'm going to do to grow. This is where I'm achieving my goal. This is where I'm falling short, so that we can support each other. Because, you know, like I said, I started this right at the beginning of the year. I want to be thinking about that every week. What am I doing to achieve my goals, so that when I show up this summer, I'll be ready, and I will know some other people who are sitting in that exam with me, because I think that the more we can grow together and learn together, then we'll be able to achieve and be successful together. So that is my goal with the Board Certification Accountability Group. And I will add, when you go and check it out, I have people like Cal and people like Erica. I think those are the two main ones that I know have posted on there so far, but there's also a whole section on there that is tips and support and encouragement from people who have already taken the test. Last summer, Erica encouraged me and said, hey, let's do it. And I said, no, I'm not ready. And I kind of wish I would have done it, except that I really felt that it was important to put in some study and preparation, which I hadn't done before last year's convention. But I will be ready this year, and I encourage you to join me so that you can be ready as well. Anything you want to add about that, Cal?
Yeah, I got a big question for you.
Yes.
Why in the heck should someone bother with getting board certified?
Oh, why should we even do this? You know, there's a couple of really important reasons. I think for me, it was, I realized, you know, we talk about all the time here, Brenda went from classroom to clients in 2 seconds flat, and the truth is that I did that, and I'm very thankful for the success that I've had. However, I need to go back to basics, and I knew it. I knew that, you know, now that I'd been doing this for 2.5 years, I really needed for myself to go back and re-grasp, re-listen to training things that, whoa, I, you know, kind of went over my head maybe the first time. So part of it is, for me, is about growth and about achievement. Kind of, you know, I don't have a lot of big aspirations for myself in the field in terms of, you know, being, you know, the person to know or the person to see, but I really want to do great work for my clients, and that is so important to me. I want to be the best that I can possibly be. So some of it was to just expand and grow for myself, but also, you know, there's I think 15,000 hypnotists in the National Guild of Hypnotists. However, less than 1,000 people are board certified, and there's something about sometimes those extra letters behind our names. You know, board certification speaks to other professions about extra training, extra commitment, and that actually then translates to potential referrals, or where you're working with a client and they need to check with their doctor or their psychologist or psychiatrist about working with you, that they see, okay, if you're board certified, it means that you've gone some extra steps. You've been approved by your certification agency to be able to do some of that higher level of work. So I'm sure those are things I can think of off the top of my head about why. How about, what do you think, Cal? Did I hit them?
Absolutely. I've got my list here. One is the public. The public has learned through doctors that doctors get board certified. It might be a board certified in plastic surgery or board certified psychiatrist, and so they understand that this board certification is going beyond just graduation from a program. It says, I've allowed myself to be evaluated by leaders in the profession, and then they say, yes, I've reached this particular high standard of professionalism. So the public, when they see board certified hypnotist. You know, don't write BCH, write board certified hypnotist. And that, if all things being equal, they'll pick you for sessions or training. Doctors, of course, recognize this board certification, something they aspire to, and so you're really speaking their language. You're entering into their world when you can say, I'm board certified. And if anyone asks you who you're board certified by, well, I'm board certified by the National Guild of Hypnotists, the largest and probably the oldest hypnosis organization in the world, 15,000 members, and 1,000 of them are board certified. And so you're just saying, I am invested, I am a professional. And then in the profession, if you've got aspirations to be a inspiration to others, if you have aspirations of being a trainer, if you have aspirations of, you know, just being an inspiration to other people, moving up in the profession, then that's your next logical step. You got to become board certified. After I became board certified and I was writing for the National Guild of Hypnotists Journal of Hypnotism, I have a regular column in there. I write for every edition. That happened in part because I was board certified. And then after that, what happens is I became a fellow of the National Guild of Hypnotists. And as you continue to give to the profession and demonstrate your professional desire for the profession to grow, then I became what's called a diplomate. And there's only, I believe, 15 living diplomates in the National Guild of Hypnotists. But it starts off with becoming one of those 1,000 or so board certified hypnotists. And I'm going to put a link down below on calbanyan.com on the information about what it takes to become board certified. Do you have any of that information available to you off the top of your head, what you have to do?
You know, oh my gosh, not off the top of my head. Obviously, there's an exam. There is also an article to be written. There are letters of recommendation, which Cal, you and I will be talking about one of these days, and a few things like that. So, and actually, it is all available in a handy place on the board certification group on our Hypnospace as well. I've got it all detailed there, links of where to find information. Erica wrote a great article about the process that she went through. So everybody will find lots of great resources on that group in our Hypnospace as well about the process.
Right. Perfect. And, you know, I've got a really good idea of what the National Guild of Hypnotists is looking for. And I wrote up a little paper there that said, you know, these are the kinds of things you need to be studying and know if you're going to apply for board certification. So I think your group is really, really great. Can I ask you about something else? You know, I want everybody to know that Brenda doesn't just talk the talk. She walks the walk. So Brenda, you're seeing clients, right?
Yes.
How far in advance are you booked?
Ooh, I usually have a couple weeks waiting list right now.
Okay, so not only are you got clients that you're booked out maybe 5 sessions with, right?
Yes.
That then if I wanted to see you tomorrow, I couldn't get in for 2 weeks. Of course.
It is very possible, yes.
Yes. Good. Isn't that a nice place to be?
It's the best place to be. It's where I like to be. I like to be able to, for a couple of reasons. Obviously, because that gives me a comfort level of I know what my week looks like. I sometimes can fit in an emergency or so. So it gives me a level of foundation and structure. But actually, the truth is that sometimes when people call me and they hear that it's going to take that long to get in, they're like, well, when's your next available? And it's like, well, it's in 4 weeks, but you know, you can think about it. No, put me in the calendar now. Okay, great. You know, so it's kind of an interesting, it's a great problem to have. I feel bad sometimes because sometimes there is a bit of a wait. And so I feel bad because I want to get people in, but I also know that it's because I'm doing great work with the people that I'm seeing already that are scheduled.
And then, you know, it becomes, people want what they can't have. And so it raises your value in the eye of your potential client. And then the first thing you want to do is say, hey, you know, it's not easy to get appointments with me. While I'm booking your first appointment, let's go ahead and book, 5 appointments just to make sure you can get in. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I always, when we schedule, I make it very clear. I will only schedule one if we're going to schedule all of your sessions that we have planned, specifically for that reason, because, people actually realize that pretty quickly. Oh, I won't be able to get in. So yeah, I make that a clear expectation about how I proceed. I don't just kind of do it week to week.
All right, good. Anything else you want to say? We're about 15 minutes, so we can just go ahead and make this a short one, or you can ask me a quick question, whatever you want.
All right, well,
I'm totally okay with a 15-minute session.
Well, why don't we do that? Why don't we stop short for today? We definitely hit some really important things, and we will address the questions that I have then on the next episode. Sound like a plan?
Sounds perfect. Hey, I want to put in one quick little advertisement on behalf of the National Guild of Hypnotists. On the National Guild of Hypnotists website, ngh.net, they have a program called NGH Connect. And it's something that that I do for my grads, but you have to be one of my grads to do it, is I allow you to advertise on our websites. And I was talking to NGH, I thought it was a great idea, and a couple of years ago they started doing it too. If you're a National Guild of Hypnotists member in good standing, I happen to know that they have a few spots where you can actually have a web page on the National Guild of Hypnotists website. So go to ngh.net, look on the right side of the screen, and you'll see the list. It's on a first come, first serve basis, and you'll see that right under Dwight Damon, the president, Don Motton, the vice president, is me. I've been on there from the very beginning. It's, don't quote me on the price, but I think it's about $100 a month. Very good investment. Contact them, tell them Cal sent you, and see if you can get on there. I think there's a few more spots that they're going to allow you to be on there. Okay, anything else you want to do to wrap it up, Brenda?
I just wanted to remind everybody, if you have questions, please send them in. Questions about hypnosis, techniques, board certification, or anything that you'd like Cal and myself to address, or Erica, send them our way. We'd love to hear from you. Leave comments on our Facebook page, and we'd love to or at calbanyan.com, continue this discussion. I can be reached at ochypnotherapy.com, as well as on Facebook as OC Hypnotherapy or Healing Path Hypnosis, and our Hypnospace over there. Like I said, go check out that board certification group or the Hypnotist Lounge. I've got a new topic every week, just something kind of fun or interesting to just kind of keep the conversation going and having us all keep in touch. Have a great week, everyone, and we will see you next time.
All right, thank you, Brenda. You are brilliant, you are amazing, and you're an inspiration to all these new folks, and even to old guys like me. And you folks out there watching, I want to, or listening, if you're listening to the audio-only version, I want to see you in class. The information's down below on Hypnosis on calbanyan.com. And if you're watching this video a month down the road, or 2 months, or a year, or 2 years, our entire training schedule is always on calbanyan.com, and we usually have early registration discounts. You can take the class live on site, or you can take it live off site through the internet. Have the best seat in the house, and let it be your seat at home or in your office. All right, that's Cal Banyan. Cal Banyan signing off.
This recording is the property of Cal Banyan and the Banyan Hypnosis Center for Training and Services, Incorporated. All rights reserved, for private use only, may not be duplicated without permission. For contact information, go to www.hypnosiscenter.com.